Construction has begun for the new Auburn Avenue Research Library of African American Culture and History. This new branch of the Atlanta Fulton Public Library is scheduled for ribbon-cutting ceremonies in the fall of 1993. Compendium's Darryl D. Lassiter has more.
Caroline, you're exactly right. This library does open next year, and I'll be one of the first to walk into this library and do some personal research on some of the greatest collections known on the African American culture. Let's take a look at some of the things that will be housed in this great Auburn Avenue Research Library. How about the Big Bethel AME Church program from 1906? Of course, Big Bethel is still located on Auburn Avenue. The first Congregational Church program from 1897, almost 100 years ago. And how about this picture here of these soldiers from 50 years ago? This is the World War II military unit from Fort McClellan in Alabama. And I've got something for you, an old encyclopedia, only 50 cents. The Encyclopedia of Colored People and other useful information. And for you music lovers, 100 songs from the cotton fields, the words and music from the Furlough collection. Now, as I said, most of these things will come from the Samuel Williams collection, and they will be stored in this new Auburn Avenue Research Library when it opens next year. Some of the main goals of the library will be to acquire, preserve, conserve, and make available published materials related to the culture and history of peoples of African descent. If you happen to be near the corner of Cortlandt Street and Auburn Avenue, you'll see something like this. Construction going on almost all day on this new library. When completed next year, the library will include more than 125,000 books, hundreds of non-print items, and thousands of audio-visual recordings. Each one will reveal the legacy of the Black American culture and its tremendous influence on Atlanta and the world. Also planned to be housed are 40,000 volumes of reference collection, special collections of rare materials, a group study room, multi-purpose room, small conference room, listening viewing center for audio-visual materials, and an area for displaying library resources. At the recent Auburn Avenue Research Library celebration, Georgia Governor Zell Miller emphasized the importance in having this library on historic Auburn Avenue.
This facility represents not just a decision to collect and preserve documents and items of historical and cultural significance, but to do so in a public library, owned, operated, and shared by the entire community. That is indicative of the coming of age of Atlanta's African American community, and also of the broader community's growing recognition of the important role African Americans have played in molding and shaping Atlanta, Georgia, and the South throughout our history.
Other features planned are teleconferencing capabilities and state-of-the-art audiovisual technology with links to some Atlanta and Fulton County schools. The 4-story public library dedicated to the research and study of the African American culture, particularly in the Southeast, will open in 1993.